Forested trails, suspension bridges, mountain views and lots of tea houses. We're trekking in Nepal right here on Drone and Phone.
Well, welcome back to our third episode in our Nepal adventure. In this one we're going to try and get about halfway towards the Annapurna Base Camp, and we'll be showing you a little bit about life on the trekking trails. How are you feeling right now, Andy? About to set off?
I'm not too bad, actually. Not too bad at all. I think Poon Hill took it out of me a little bit, but I'm pretty good right now. So I'm looking forward to today. Ready to go. Fairly flat, I think, in total, although I've been told it's a bit up and down.
Yeah, today we're going to descend a little bit, and overall the next couple of days we're not going to be making a lot of altitude. That's going to come in the following episode. Right, time to get going.
Already looking forward to it. Come on then.
Nestled among the towering peaks of the Himalayas, Nepal offers unparalleled opportunities for trekking, and at Drone and Phone it's a trip we have been eager to do since we first started this channel. Beyond the spectacular landscapes, you also get a chance to interact with the warm and welcoming locals that add another fascinating dimension to the journey. It's a must visit in our book, and easy to get to from Hong Kong. I've linked up with an old friend, Andy Jameson from London, who's featured on a few previous series. Andy is a past Olympic athlete and avid walker, but trekking in the Himalayas is another level. There are hundreds of routes to choose from, but for this series we've created 5 episodes trekking in the central region of Nepal. Starting in Pokhara, we take off on a short adventure up to Poon Hill before embarking on a 4-day hike up to the Annapurna Base Camp. In the last episode, we leave the tourist trails and head off into the Himalayan foothills of Baglam on a special mission. In this episode, we spend 2 days in the hills as we traverse through the mountains and villages to join the main Annapurna Base Camp trail. As we soon find out, hiking in the Himalayas has its ups and downs.
Well, we kicked things off this morning with a climb through a forest up into onto a ridge. It's going to be about 200 or 300 metre climb, so something similar to what we did going up Poon Hill, but we've got the packs today. Once we get up there we should have quite a relaxing rest of the day. There is one more climb, but not as difficult as this one, so the hard work comes at the very beginning, which we like.
When planning, it's important not to underestimate the climbs given the altitude you're doing them at. We found getting up 300 metres with a pack in Hong Kong is quite a bit easier than doing it at 3,000 metres above sea level.
So how was it, Andy? We just got to the top. How was that first climb?
It was extremely tough. Now I know why they call it Everest, because can we ever rest?
It's not Everest, Andy. Everest is over there.
Oh, yeah, but
we just climbed up a little hill.
Yeah, it felt bigger than Everest. I don't know if there's any such thing, but it felt massive. It was hard work. It was good fun.
I first came trekking in Nepal back in 1989 when the infrastructure along the trails was sparse. These days, particularly along the more popular trails, you'll find abundant facilities along the way, normally concentrated in the villages you pass through.
So all along the trail you're going to find these little tea houses like this where you can stop for something to eat or something to drink. So there's no real need to take food with you other than a few little snacks to have along the way. And also water, you don't really need that much because you can always refill in these places if you need to.
For food, you'll find similar menus at most tea houses. We suggest ordering the local dal bhat, a staple in Nepal, with as many refills as you can eat for one price. Every tea house has its own recipe. While we stop for lunch, Andy uses the opportunity to offload some of his extra food on our guide, Milan.
Milan, I'd just like to say thank you so much for bringing us sweets. That's very kind of you. I would love to have one time, but thank you. I won't carry them, but you
will have it in base camp.
Andy is now handing over officially, starting to hand over his heavy stuff to Milan.
Thank you very much.
A little further down the trail, and Andy is still finding the pack hard to carry.
What is going on? just had a very pleasant surprise. We thought we had another descent, another 400 meters to go, but we've actually just arrived in the place we're staying tonight. And
thank goodness
there
for
is
that.
no one more relieved than this man.
Oh my goodness me.
How was it?
It was very, very hard actually, I have to say, but I got sort of halfway. It must have been nearly 2/3 of the way up actually. And then Milan, the guy, very, very kindly took my pack off me. He insisted, of course, and then ran away with it. And I was like, no. But actually, no, he was great. So yeah, so I'm feeling a little bit shaky, but not too bad.
Good. Well, get some rest and we'll try again tomorrow.
Tomorrow's another day. Looking forward to it.
The tea houses vary in size and facilities. You can find rooms with bathrooms at some villages, but most are just a simple room with shared bathrooms. None have heating, but do provide blankets. Also expect to pay extra for Wi-Fi, hot showers and in some places electricity. What the accommodation lacks in luxury is more than made up for by the amazing views they offer. We suggest planning to arrive early afternoon in time to clean up, have a drink and enjoy the mountains.
Well, it's a beautiful morning. We're just setting off on the second day of this episode, so we're heading off to get a little bit closer. We're actually going to be joining the main Annapurna Base Camp trail. We've done a bit of a detour round to extend it a little bit, but we'll be back on, well, beyond the main trail once we reach our destination for today. Today's going to be downhill into a valley and then slowly make our way up. We're just going to a village that we can see actually right on the other side. It doesn't look too far away, but there's a lot of down and up before we get there.
As well as a good level of fitness, trekking in Nepal throws up some other challenges you won't find in Hong Kong. You'll need a good head for heights.
So one of the challenges of hiking in Nepal is to cross these bridges. These suspension bridges, they're a little bit wobbly. If you don't have a good sense of heights, it's not the easiest or the greatest thing to do. But as you can see as I'm walking along, it gets very bouncy. Got to try and not look down over the thing. If I look down here, there you go. That's what you'll be seeing. Okay, so I'm just going to explain what we've done today. If you can look way up over here, that was where we started on the top of that hill. We've come down 700 meters down right into this river valley, and then we've come back up again, and now we're traversing across on a contour around to the next place. So we're coming down this way. It's not easy. I've got to say Andy's been struggling a little bit with the hiking, and we're not sure how he's going to fare because it is going to get tougher for the next 2 days. But for now, we're still going, and we've got about an hour to go along this trail.
We finish the day in Shomrong on the main Annapurna Base Camp trail, check into a hotel and watch the dancing clouds over the valley we'll be hiking up in the next episode.
Well, Andy, we've done about 25 kilometres over about 2 days. What would be a normal Nepal trip in this kind of area. How's it been for you and what have you learned?
It's been interesting, I think is one way of putting it, DJ. It's been really, really spectacular views. I have to say the views have been stunning. When the clouds part and you actually see the mountains, that's just unbelievable. It's also an awful lot more steep, awful more up and down than I thought it was going to be. It's been really tough.
Yeah, and Andy struggled a little bit with carrying the weight. So we have two options on that. We can take a porter with us, which we opted not to. I think you regret that now, right?
Why?
But that would mean you have to have a guide as well. So you'd have to have a guide and a porter. And the thing with the porter is they don't walk with you. So you still need a pack with everything that you need for the day. But in terms of infrastructure, I mean, we're staying in a very nice place here. They've got a brilliant menu. We've got an ensuite little chalet here. I mean, it's pretty nice. I mean, pretty easy living, right?
It's been lovely, actually. I mean, I have to say, of all the things that I thought might be, might be great and might be a little bit more of a challenge, I think that the accommodation has actually been really lovely. One of the first nights, I think we had a great room. We've got another great room today, so I'm looking forward to a nice hot shower and lying in a bed without freezing. It's going to be fun.
Okay, now let me just tell you, so this is the end of this episode, but in the next episode we're going to be going up this valley, so right behind us here. I'm going to try and make it to the Annapurna Base Camp. Please follow us for that. You're going to find all of our episodes on our website at droneandphone.com and nicely catalogued on our YouTube channel as well. If you're just finding this for the first time, it's going to be a lot tougher, Andy.
Oh, great. Oh, really? Oh, I can't wait.
So please stay tuned and see if you can check out that next episode. A very different experience, not quite as much infrastructure as we found along here. This is, to me, has been extremely pleasant. I've really enjoyed it. Fantastic views. A little bit tough with some of the hiking with the bag, but for me it wasn't too bad. But the next one is going to be a real challenge for both of us.
For you, not too bad, but you're a mountain goat. For a normal person, I've got to tell you, it's quite hard work. Be fit before you go, that's all I can tell you.
My name's DJ.
I'm Andy J.
And this is
Drone and Phone.
Go for pony and a porter.
Oh, we'll add both.